Welcome back, Honest Man. Continuing my chess journey here, looking to play Sven, who's ranked 1100, the bot Sven. So let's get into it. I do want to note that in the prior videos, I made certain to put the length of the matches into the description for anyone that's curious about that. Definitely need to protect this pawn somehow. That's an interesting open from Sven. Go here. That seems like a bluff. You're not going to jump in and lose your knight to a pawn. Well, I mean, he is threatening bishop. But do you really want to trade for that? See how aggressive he wants to be, I guess. And he's really locked his bishops in. But yeah, so as I was saying, I put the length of the matches into the description notes, and I intend to do the same for this one. And I think that's important in part so that folks understand why I'm not playing humans. Because certainly those matches are way too long. Like, I don't know what typical is. I want to say that typical is like 10 minutes, 15 minutes sort of thing. And I think most, if not every single one of my matches is over 15 minutes, if not pushing 20. This pawn looks unprotected. No, he's got the bishop. Okay, interesting. So he's threatening my bishop with the pawn. I can take, then he trades. Or I back off. God, I was thinking about pushing the H pawn before I castled, and I wish I had done that because it would have opened this. It would have opened H2 for me to pull back my bishop. If I advance, then it's a potential trade with his bishop inside. If I take it again, it's a potential trade. I could take with my bishop or my knight. I just don't like trading pieces this early, ultimately. So I don't want to lose a bishop or a knight yet. So I either need to retreat or take. This is maybe where I'm way too passive, but my inclination is to retreat, is to pull back to G3. What else do I have going on? I'd like to get my D3 bishop out to B5 to pin the knight to the king. That seems like a good spot. Okay, hold on a second. If I take with my knight, he takes with his bishop. I take with my bishop. He takes with his queen. No, that's terrible. I was looking for a way if there was a path to put his queen into jeopardy, but I don't think there is. I think that's a trap. I don't want to get into that game. I think I'm going to come on the wrong end of that. Like I said, I think I'm going to lose both my knight and my bishop. In exchange for his bishop. That's not good for me. What is he looking for there? think I'm going to bring the bishop out now. I mean, he can counter with pushing his pawn here. Can he? Can't I just take... Isn't it the knight? No, yeah, he can. That's not a free knight. Because if he does that, I end up just moving straight back. I want to head this off, though. If he pushes that pawn again, I want to have an answer. Oh, that's interesting. That feels like a weaker side because this pawn is so extended. Now my bishop could put him into check, but I can't. I don't have anything else threatening. This pawn is just like the pivot point of the entire thing right now. Let's get the queen out, perhaps. Obviously, I can't go to the A file. Not sure what he's looking for there. This looks good to me. I can jump in here, threaten this pawn. There's nothing guarding this pawn now. He just blocked his queen. Well, no, the other bishop, of course. Okay, never mind. Still, though, it puts more pressure on this g5 pawn. That's so bold. Like, on the king side? He's pushing pawns on the king side? What? What are you doing, Sven? I mean, I think this favors me now. It didn't favor me before. Oh, no, because my bishop is out of place now. Shoot. If I push my h-pawn, that puts him into a dilemma. He needs to take or get taken. If he takes, I take back with my bishop. He takes with his bishop. I take with my knight. He takes with his queen. Yeah, it still doesn't favor. I'm a piece short. It still doesn't favor me. I need another piece to threaten that square. I'm just a move behind, feels like. Maybe the a-pawn. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do here. Part of me wants to push my pawn to meet him. Yeah, because that feels like a really bad position if he pushes that h-pawn further. But I had just thought this through and decided not to do it. Didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. At least I didn't fall all the way into the trap. I either move the queen to the A file or I pull it back down. Everything else is threatened. This bishop can't hit me there. I was going to say you either have to move or get taken. Do you want to take another bishop here? Another bishop trade? That's what he's setting up. What else could he possibly do? Jumps in for a pawn. He loses. Can't go there. Can't go there. He could jump right into the middle. That'd be annoying. But then I take with my knight. Pawn here. I take. But I'm not going to. My queen's not still going to be there. unless I go b3. That threatens both positions. I think that's what I want. Free pawn. Into check. I'm looking back on the left here. He's got this double knight set up. If I take with my bishop, he retakes his knight. I take with my queen. He loses both of his knights for a bishop. And then it becomes, he has bishops, I have knights. But that seems like he comes out on the short end. Like, what is the... I don't see the play, because he only has 2 pieces. Like, if it was a queen trap of some sort, then I could see it. But his bishops don't have lines. This pawn isn't in position. Not yet. If he pushes this pawn, that's a pain. I don't even have anything threatening that square. d5. Let's see what he wants to do. Did not see that. I'm just like 1 piece short. Now he pushes that pawn. Oh, you a jerk, Sven. Okay, if I pull back... Wow, I got to pull all the way back, don't I? I mean, if I pull all the way back to h3, I can't threaten anything to my left anyway until I push the rook or push the pawn, but I don't want to push that pawn. I'll come all the way back. This pawn is guarded. He's setting up an attack on the king here, I think. What else? He can't go here. He could come. No, he can't go there. These are all guarded. That feels like an empty threat. If he comes down with rook f2, that's a big problem. I feel like I've been here before. I want to push the pawn to b3 to challenge this pawn on c4. In preparation for that, I'm going to move this to the b file. Wait, if I do that, then I'm not covering c3 anymore. He could bring his queen down to c3. I screwed this up. Could have been into that position to move faster. I can put him into check on a moment's notice. He has to move up. Then I take the rook. He can take with his knight So basically we trade rooks. Doesn't seem great. I would want another layer of attack in there. There's a lot of these moves where it's in hindsight I would have gone just one square different. I really want to switch my queen and rook. Can I do that without exposing myself, though? Don't know that I can at this point. I don't think this A pawn is doing me any good right now. Really supporting the B pawn was its biggest value there. He could jump in with his knight. Threatens this rook, this pawn, which I have no protection for. Well, no, I have the knight. If I push this all the way to A4, and then it's just hanging. I think I'm okay. Let's see if I can pull this off. Rook comes over. Now he's really stacking that. He pulls back. God damn it. That's exactly what I was afraid of. I feel like if I go down, he takes my rook, I take his rook. What am I not seeing? How is this not just trading rooks? Well, that's awkward. If he jumps here, then it guards his rook, stopping the queen from taking it, but doesn't stop my rook from taking it. No, he can't go there. My bishop threatens that. All right, let's try this again. I feel like he's trying to bait me into taking that pawn. How did I not see that? Oh my god. See, he's threatening my knight, but I mean, it just trades. I mean, I've got to take the knight. Oh, God. we're wide open now. If I take his bishop, he takes with his queen. I take his queen with my queen. This feels like a dangling bishop. Right? Because there's no way he loses his queen to try to avenge it. Right? But the other bishop... start gobbling up these pawns. What is he threatening? My knight? I can take with my pawn if that's what he wants. That still seems like a hollow threat, right? What's he going to do? The only thing he can take is the knight, which I just recaptured with a pawn. So if he wants to swap, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to give up my rook or my queen, obviously. His pawn is doing me more good than him, so I definitely don't want to take that. I could jump out. I could jump out with the knight. How would that help me? I don't know that it really does. Let's come here. Sure you want to do that? I screwed that up. What did he just take? I completely screwed that up. That was the wrong piece. I should have moved the rook. That was stupid. Okay, what are we dealing with? So his bishop is pinned. You'd have to move the queen first. You can't move the queen to the e-file. So he's basically got the bishop trapped. Well, he could go further. shouldn't have moved to the A file with this rook. Bishop's like in the perfect spot yet. If I push the H pawn, puts him into check, but he just takes with it. Or retreats, one of the two. Can my knight get in here? Not safely. As much as I cornered him, he's cornered me. Don't feel like I have any good rook moves. I can't even really cover the advance of my knight. I mean, I could bring him over to the H file. That's like the only thing I see. I can bring him over to the H file just for the lulls. Threaten this pawn. It's an empty threat, though, because there's no reason for him to react to that. If his rook leaves this rank, I'm taking this pawn. So it's not clear to me what he thinks he's setting up there. If I push this pawn, threatens here, he either takes or loses it, which would put him into check. He would have to take. I'm repeating moves here. Problem is that doesn't even help my knight get out of this position. I don't know what he's setting up here. He can't get past his own pawn. And this threatens his bishop. And puts him into check. Now he can't take that pawn. He's stuck in the A file now. Maybe he's going to try to sneak his king over, but that's not going to help. That doesn't save you. Get my knight into the mix. I don't want to give him a free pawn here. If I take his pawn, I feel like I either move up with my king to threaten, then he takes the f5 pawn. I gotta get something out of this trade. Okay. Oh my god, I didn't even see that. I'm so stupid. It's over now. I feel like I have to go on the offense so I have a chance here. Check. I feel like he moved to the worst spot there. Clearly I should win this, right? Clearly. Yeah. Queen here. He can't take because the rook covers it. That's got to be good. Now queen here. No. I mean, he would lose his queen in the trade, so it's still probably good. But no, this is checkmate, right? If I just drop right here, or he's got a block. Get wrecked, Sven. Oh my god, 14 blunders. Are you kidding me? Oh, 53%. That's truly awful. He just wrecked me. Yeah, this definitely seems to be about the level of my competence right now, around 1100. He had a huge advantage early. Through most of the game, actually. I managed to swing it a few times. Better to put him into check. Oh, it forks the rook. Oh. Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, that would have been much better. Agreed. What else we got going on? What? That swung all the way in the other direction? Right, because I give up the knight. Right, of course. I knew that. I knew that right after I did it. I need to move the knight. Right. God. Yep, knew that. Knew that was bad. I lost the knight. I pushed the pawn. What would you have had me do, though? Check him? I guess that makes sense, but he probably goes towards my pawn. Like, I don't see any way I checkmate him with just a one rook and, a bunch of spread out pawns. I feel like if anything, this encourages him to move his king and gobble up my pawn over there on the A file. So I don't exactly understand where that leads. Yeah, they really liked this. I think this was my only great move, perhaps. I think I only had one. Taking the rook. Yeah, that was a huge blunder. Bringing his rook down was a huge blunder on Sven's part. And then I capitalized by just gobbling it up. Yeah, I don't understand what this is supposed to be doing. I think the flawed analysis was, I'm guarding with the bishop, so if you take, you lose your queen, forgetting the fact that the bishop is pinned to your own queen. So I gobbled that up, and it's like, look, if you want to go ahead and take with your bishop, then you lose your queen too. So if we both want to lose queens, go for it. And then at that point, it would have been rook and knight versus bishop and rook. Which I don't know if that's good or bad. I feel like it's good. I feel like I'd rather have the knight. And I also feel like this pawn structure favors me slightly because he has stacked pawns on the F file. So I feel like somehow, some way, I'm going to get a pawn through to promote. Yeah, and this was a bonehead move by me very early. Just completely not recognizing the threat to the bishop, which couldn't be more obvious. Like it was from the piece he directly moved to. I don't know how I missed that. I think I was so fixated on trying to get my setup repaired to the degree that I could that, yeah, I just never saw it. Well, I think that's a wrap. It was a rough one, but we split 1 out of 2 against Sven, so I'll take it. Not sure where I go from here next, even though I did get the win. Obviously, that was some really bad. It was just really bad. So I think maybe I should rematch Sven a little more before continuing up the ladder. I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure that out next time. Until then, thank you all so much. Please like and subscribe. This has been Honest Man playing bad chess, and I'll see you next time.